Welcome to another of the Life Rooms videos. My name's Chris. I work for an organisation called Intuitive Thinking Skills. We work in partnership with the Life Rooms and Merseycare, delivering accredited interventions aimed at helping people overcome significant problems. The problem I'd like to discuss today is addiction. What is addiction? What are our concepts of addiction? And more importantly, how can we offer some practical skills for you to use? The concept of addiction is often hard to define. Indeed, anybody who finds themselves trying to overcome addiction, when asked what is the problem, you can often receive a variety of definitions. To some, it's dependency. I get ill if I don't use is a common statement that's made. And yeah, when I'm discussed with gamblers, no illness, no dependency, yet still a real problematic addiction for people. People talk about it as a coping mechanism. It's a way to cope. And yet, oddly, when asked, well, how are you coping with that? They're not coping very well. It's something that they want, but it's something that they don't want. It's something that they like, but it's equally something that they dislike. Now, this narrative, this conversation is what we call ambivalence. Ambivalence is the very definition of addiction. Or do you hold two opposing opinions about what you're doing? Does part of you want to continue to drink or take drugs? And equally, does part of you want to stop? Do you have this internal conflict? This is ambivalence, the very definition of addiction. When we discuss ambivalence, I suppose the real question is, are you doing something despite your better judgment? Does your better judgment say you should stop, and yet you continue to do that, using despite your better judgment? This ambivalence creates unhappiness. We use the push me, pull you, which you'll notice behind me, to illustrate ambivalence. Does it feel like you're being pulled in two opposing directions? Part of you wants to go one way, and yet part of you wants to go another. Key to the understanding of ambivalence and overcoming addiction is asking the right questions. Why do I have this internal conflict? Why do I want to continue to use despite my better judgment? The basic science of addiction, the role of the amygdala. You'll notice the diagram which illustrates the image of a human brain. The neocortex, which contains everything that you think of as you. Moral concepts of yourself, inhibitions, intelligence, everything that we think of as us sits in that neocortex. Deep within all that is the midbrain. The midbrain's job is very simple: survival. It's there to make sure your basic survival needs are met. Within that is a small almond-shaped organ called the amygdala. The amygdala's job is to remember pleasure and encourage us to indulge more. Think of some examples of where the amygdala, might pop up and suggest that you continue to do it. If I was to stand in a room full of people who have problems with alcohol and I open a can, the very noise of that would trigger a response from the amygdala. These learned associations are conditions. They're learned through life. We continue to condition our brains as we get older through experience. Understanding the role of the amygdala and the science of addiction is a key concept for Intuitive, where we teach people not just how to understand it, but equally how to recognize it and deal with it. I suppose a really good starting point would be to be able to separate it from you. So let's give it a name. Let's call the amygdala it. It is that part of you that wants to continue to use. It is the thing that you've been talking to for all these years. And your job is to silence it. To silence it, a very simple proposition. Whenever it pops up, whenever it begins to talk, recognize it and respond to it. It would like to drink, or it would like to use. I know better. I don't want to use anymore. It's a simple, simple skill. Recognizing it and silencing it ends that debate, ends that turmoil. It ends that eternal conflict of should I, shouldn't I, will I, won't I, do I, don't I. Recognizing it, ending that debate, ends the conflict that you feel. So, understanding it being the part of you that wants to continue to use despite your better judgment. Yeah. It has no control over you. It is powerless. If we refer back to the image earlier, the role of the amygdala. Yeah. Now, let's imagine we remove the amygdala from here and we place it on the end of our thumb. We contain it. What you have now is a working model or an image of the human brain. It stuck right in the center. Yeah? With all this neocortex, everything that you think of as you surrounds that and makes all the decisions. Let's challenge it. Let's stand up to it. Yeah? Offer it a simple deal. Let it know that you will give it alcohol, give it drugs, you will give it what it wants, but on one simple condition, that it forces you to open your fist. The truth is, it has no power over you whatsoever. It really is you that's in control. It can only ever ask. It is you that has the final say. Having successfully overcome my own addiction over 10 years ago, I realized that key to this understanding, key to this overcoming my problem, was removing some of the baggage I picked up along the way. I blamed everyone and everything for my problems. I blamed it was the fact that I had money in my pocket, but I still continued to use even when I had none. I blamed the people I was associating with, but I still continued to use on my own. I blamed the world and everyone in it for my own problems, and finally realized I needed to take responsibility and deal with it. It is indeed the problem, and you are the solution. It can be beaten, and is successfully beaten by thousands of people every single day. Thanks a lot for taking the time to watch this video. I do hope you found it useful. Remember, there's lots of help available out there. Please feel free to contact the Life Rooms if you would like any further information on courses or help that's available out there. Thanks a lot for your time, everyone.